The problem of theft is plaguing stores across the country. But in a strange twist, the nation's largest retail group is retracting a big claim that nearly half of the nearly $95 billion in missing merchandise in 2021 was because what it calls organized theft. Here's Fox News correspondent Dana Marie McNichol.
Lisa, the National Retail Federation has admitted to making a mistake on a report that big-name stores like Target and Walgreens have cited as a reason to close stores. According to the New York Times, the NFR retracted a claim from an April report stating organized retail crime was responsible for nearly half the $94.5 billion in-store merchandise that disappeared in 2021. The New York Times says the error was caused by K2 Integrity, an advisory firm that helped produce the report. The analyst pulled the data from a 2021 Senate testimony from Ben Dugan, the former president of the advocacy group Coalition of Law Enforcement and Retail. He said organized retail crime accounts for $45 billion in annual losses for retailers. The problem is, according to NRF, Dugan was referring to statistics for the overall cost of missing inventory in 2015. Not the dollars lost to organized retail crime in 2021. Even as the NRF retracted the figure and revised the report, they released a statement saying, quote, "We stand behind the widely understood fact that organized retail crime is a serious problem impacting retailers of all sizes and communities across our nation. At the same time, we recognize the challenges the retail industry and law enforcement have with gathering and analyzing an accurate and agreed upon set of data." Yes, this year shoplifting trends have risen in areas like New York and Los Angeles, but has actually fallen in other major counties and cities across the country. That's all according to the Council on Criminal Justice. Lisa?
Thank you. Right, and just to note for those at home, so organized retail crime is a little bit different than just shoplifting. It's typically two or more people who steal with the intent of selling it at a profit, whereas, shoplifting could just be a single individual going in. So just to clarify that. So, Alicia, so some people are pouncing on this, to use what most of the media says about Republicans, to try to downplay some of the shoplifting and the crime that we're seeing in cities across America. But let's pull up this quote real quick. So this is the New York Times. They're saying this: a civil rights lawyer who has studied and critiqued how the media has covered organized retail crime said that the retraction underscored how some news organizations, which have extensively covered the issue of shoplifting, were used as a tool by certain vested interests to gin up a lot of fear about this issue when, in fact, it was pretty clear all along that the facts didn't add up. Now, Alicia, of course, numbers matter, and this group should have gotten this accurate, but we're seeing a lot of crime. We're seeing a lot of shoplifting happening across America. I mean, you go to a CVS in New York City, everything's locked up. Good luck getting in toothpaste without having to get someone to come help you.
Well, that's exactly what happened to me yesterday. I had to go over to the Duane Reade across the street from my hotel, and everything was locked up. And so I just kind of decided I don't feel like waiting around. It's really not that important. So there's that. There is a real effect here that's not just from news coverage. And when you see these videos, these are videos of actual thefts occurring, and we're not repeating the same thing over and over again. These are each individual instances in individual stores. Sometimes the same stores over and over again are experiencing the same thing. So yes, we do continue to cover it. And then you talked about Target. Target is saying they're still experiencing the theft. They're still having a problem, so much so that they've had to close stores because of the severe loss that they've experienced. So it's not happening. It is staggering, though. The change in the number is striking, however, but I would argue on the side of the media that it's not just us.
Well, and Alicia talked about Target, but there's other stores as well, major retail stores that have closed down or have had closures due to theft. Disney, Macy's, Starbucks, Whole Foods. You mentioned Target as well. So, Tom, this is happening whether people want to admit it or not. We're seeing it across America. There was another group called the Nonpartisan Council on Criminal Justice that found shoplifting, looked at 24 cities, found an increase this year from last year. So it's happening across America. Why do you think there's a desire to ignore it?
Well, I mean, you have this activist saying this, it shows it's just fear mongering. There's $95 billion of theft going on. What does it matter if it's organized gangs so they're telling me, so now it's $90 billion of just ordinary everyday thugs are stealing things. So we should, sleep happy because of this. It's terrible. But you know who doesn't care about this? Big tech doesn't care about it. Google doesn't want people in stores anyway. Jeff Bezos doesn't want people in stores. He wants people locked in their homes, afraid to go out, ordering things on Amazon. So big tech, all during the pandemic, was doing this. They don't want anyone going out to live shows, my business, you know. They don't want any of this happening. They want a dystopian future where everything is run by guys like Jeff Bezos and whoever runs Google.
You know, Joe, I saw Chris Hayes do a defense. He did a monologue saying it's not that bad in Joe Biden's America. See, there's made up numbers. You know, is that part of this as well of trying to protect
Of course.
Joe Biden?
MSNBC serves at the pleasure of the president. So it's like crime isn't that bad. Where obviously we see the videos every day in major American cities. This is a problem that starts in places like San Francisco because you could steal up to $950 of merchandise and it's a misdemeanor. Half the time they won't even investigate it. That's a lot of money to that store. And then you see spam being locked up at this point. And the homeless go in there and they were stealing it because, well, that's another part of the problem. They just want a quick meal at this point. So homelessness and the fact there's no accountability is leading to all of this, what we're seeing right now. But it absolutely is a problem, despite what Chris Hayes says.
No wonder I can't get my spam.
Well, that's the problem, Tom. You know, yeah, like numbers matter, but so does stopping crime. So let's just be honest about all of it.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.